Hello everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to another episode here on the Minecolonies server for Fairy Tale. We're back in Bloomborough, no more birthday bash stuff going on. And we are chugging right along here in episode 9, which is fantastic. I'm over here at the mine, mostly because we had a very unfortunate accident, and the miner is in the process of fixing everything. But today, we are going to be finalizing the rest of the buildings we currently have into level 5, which really only is the barracks and let me see, the university. The town hall will be done in episode 10, mostly because I'm still working on that Twilight Forest stuff, but everything else will be done. So what else are we doing today? Well, on top of that, I've kind of already started putting down some more pathways, starting to figure out how I'm going to lay out the trade district over here with the different types of production assets, which is really, really cool. We got the residential stuff over there. That's all gone up. All this over here, this is hit level 5, which is really cool to see. We love to see it. Making a lot of really good progress. Now, aside from that, what I'm planning on doing this episode of getting everything up to level 5, as well as the university over there, is kind of finalize these paths, clean up a little things, do a little bit of terraforming and the like, just to get things all ready. Going into episode 10, I want to get this turned into that like fallen down log. I want to get the paths all set up so this is like a proper path through here, proper path over this way, and everything like that, which is good. Nice to see. Doing just a small little walk around right now. And then episode 10 will have all of the buildings to level 5. We'll have everything needed. The colony will be fully automated. Our town hall will be the max level as well, which will be really, really cool. I think all our guard towers are good. Yeah, all our guard towers are good. But yeah, it has been fun. We're closing in on the end of Bloomborough here, and we're going to be moving on to the next pack. As you see, the research center is currently being built right now. Time lapse coming here shortly. Just kind of going up this way to come over here. I've put a lot of little like hidey holes through like the mountains and stuff like that for the guards to be able to path correctly. But over here, as we're following the guard, this is where the military district is, and this is being all built up, which is really great to see. So all coming together really well. I'm gonna get all the paths all figured out here as well. And something else that I'm working on, I've kind of already blocked this out, a good like actual stone path this way leading up to the military district. Maybe get some like pillars or something like here, some fanfare as one would expect. We got the cute little mystic site right here. Huge fan of this. This is just a fun one, just in general. And then over here, not this episode, but in the next episode, I'm looking to help develop the rest of this over here for all of the horticulture and husbandry is all going to go over here on these particular islands and stuff like that, which I think will look really good with all the farms and the animals and everything, so that'll be good. On top of that, obviously, fixing up the bridges, because this doesn't look good compared to the rest of everything, so I want to make sure that I fix the bridges and give something like actually, you know, worthy of the Bloomborough name, which I think will be good. We're just doing a little lap right here. On top of that, it's been a fun series so far. I've loved it. I've had a little bit of gripes with the style pack itself, but those are very minimal, I think. All in all, though, really, really good. It's all coming together. I gotta plant some more trees. That's another thing. Gotta get more trees around. I think that'll definitely help liven the place up a little bit more. Ooh, look at all the mushrooms. Definitely really good. Fix these bridges up. That'll be nice. Also, while we're here, I just want to kindly ask that you, if you've been hanging out for a while and you've liked the series and stuff like that, go ahead and drop a comment down below about what the next colony is. At this point, I am starting to rack up all of the votes needed for what we're going to be going into next. A lot of what has been talked about is the subnautical looking one, so we're going to be like underground, not underground, under the sea, so that's a possibility. But if there's another one that you like or you think would be really cool, steampunk, what have you, let me know, and I'll make sure to tally it up. Whatever is there by the end of this series, so in about, let's see, today, it's Monday, next week is episode 10, following that is like the full movie and stuff like that. So we got like 3-ish weeks before I jump into the next one. So if you have a suggestion of what you want to see in terms of mine colony content, let me know. We'll get that in, or at least we'll put it in the docket, and whatever wins is what ends up becoming next. So kind of throwing that one out there just to have the audience engagement. Ooh, on top of that, saying like steampunk and all that kind of fun stuff, over here is the windmill that got put together. I gotta figure out how to like actually make it spin, because I know it has like a thing to be able to do it. That's just a crusher. Let's kind of walk around real quick, because I know it has like a thing for water somewhere, but I don't know where the water wheel is. But it's in there somewhere. But this can spin. I know this can spin. It's designed to spin. Maybe just gotta like, yeah, because there's the casing and stuff. Because I know this is on the back of the casing. Huh. Yeah, see? Oh, it's a door? Ooh, that's neat. Yeah. Okay, well that's cool. I didn't know there was a door like that. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I like those. Man, you always find something new when you're like building things, you know? Always. Ow. But yeah. So on top of that, we're going to be doing some terraforming. A lot of it's going to be pathing, I think, is just kind of like figuring out what all we're doing with the paths and stuff like that. But all in all, it's been good. It's been some good progress. We're going to get some more trees going. Get some other like variety, the paths, the rest of the stuff's going to be built up. So thank you guys all for tuning in on that particular thing. We're going to go ahead and jump on over to the time lapse, have some fun with it, and then I'll come back for the outro at the end. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoy the time lapse in this week's song recommendations. See you in a second. Whoop. What is up, everybody? Time lapse Rev coming in with song recommendations, story time, and just kind of all the way around just having a fantastic, lovely Monday. Ooh, fantastic. We are having a time. The creativity The creativity juices are a-flowing. It's fantastic. I've had some great song recommendations from all of y'all. I've had some great songs come up in my Apple Music. Again, harping back, not doing Spotify at the moment, mostly because like it broke all those weeks ago, and then I just decided to try Apple Music, and it's been working great. So let's go ahead and just kind of jump right on into creativity and everything that's been going on right now. So one huge, awesome thing, just feeling the bug, feeling the buzz. We're just kind of moving and a-grooving when it comes to the mine colony. I have, at this point, because this is technically future Rev, going back and recording past Rev stuff, but like it's going to be future for, it's a really weird time. Anyways, I am doing a lot of really cool things around the colony. You're currently just seeing a time lapse of the university going up, but I went back, I have like, when I'm doing these colonies, I guess, like, take a couple steps back here, is I have mood boards, and I create, like, collages of inspiration. And so, like, for this particular one, when I think of fairy tale, and when I think of some of the buildings that I see, and the overall aesthetic, I think of, like, old school Legend of Zelda, like, Link to the Past type situation, you know, Majora's Mask, all that kind of fun stuff. And so there's a bit of that going on. I've been looking at inspiration from that. I've been looking from the angle of things like Fern Gully. I've been looking at things like Avatar, not the, you know, the elementalists and stuff like that, but the giant blue people. So I've been looking around at a lot of those particular things to kind of come up with what I believe is kind of like a good, like, segue between the different districts, and I'm really excited to show that off here soon. So I am working on that in the background, as well as farming a whole bunch. You know how much you gotta farm for Minecolonies? It's absolutely insane. But nonetheless, I'm a huge fan of it. Now that leads me to a question for you guys, which is, how do you kind of do your own creative, like, thinking? Do you just kind of like wing it? Do you just kind of like sit down, open up all the blocks, and just go, you know, I'm gonna make this type of house, or this type of tower, or a wizard's castle, and stuff like that? Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just kind of curious if you guys do anything in particular. Maybe you use the current palette of the Mine Colony. Maybe you use, you know, some of your own things. I'm curious. Always looking to learn and kind of get insight into not only what other people do here in Minecraft, but just what you guys do as well. You've been giving me a whole bunch of great song recommendations, so maybe you guys can give me some good creative recommendations as well, or things to look at, or some of your other favorite, you know, Minecraft YouTubers, or who like do builds and stuff. I research a lot of them in my free time, but I'm always looking for more. And on top of that, you know, looking at, well, actually, before we go into the song recommendations, taking a second to thank everyone for being so amazing here in the channel with all of the recommendations and just helpful hints and tips and everything like that. Not only are you helping me, right, which is fantastic. I absolutely just love the help coming my way. So huge shout out to everyone who gives hints and tips for what's going on in this colony, or heads up and everything like that. But know that not only are you helping me, but you help others who come to these videos as well. I look back at some of the other colony videos that we had done with, like, Caledonia, that has 15k views at the moment of this recording, or something, a little bit more than that. And I get comments a lot of the times of people saying, you know, thank you for putting this video together, but also thanking other people in the comment section for taking the time to write some of the hints and tips and everything like that. So not only are you guys helping out me, you're helping out the community, which is really, really cool and great to see. Creativity flows best when we all work together and can share, you know, experiences and all that other kind of fun stuff, or techniques in some cases as well. So anyways, let's, you know, talk about the other fun thing that we like to do here on this channel, which is song recommendations. I'm a fan of a few things that came through my recommendations this week. Now, I will say, I've been kind of on the emo punk rock kind of grind lately. I've been kind of like flip-flopping back and forth a lot to a couple of the older bands that I used to listen to in like the early 2000s, and part of me flipping back towards this more like heavier rock, not fully emo, but a little bit more heavier, I believe is due to some of the song recommendations that came my way this past week, which, fantastic. You know who you are. You gave like a list, like a set list, like holy crap. But that kind of got me in the mood, and I was just vibing to some of the more heavier recommendations that were coming my way. And I honestly had like a handful. Like, I really wish I could just drop a handful of just like music recommendations for the week. Maybe that's an idea for a future kind of series, but for today, I have the song Dark Thoughts by The Funeral Portrait. Really fun song. Like, alright, yeah, it's a little bit on the emo side. I will give you that one. But the intro, the verses, the choruses, the breakdowns, all the way around, it's just a fun song to kind of groove to. I've kind of incorporated it into some of my workout mixes. I've incorporated it just into my like just daily listening while I'm just doing stuff around the, you know, the house while I'm editing videos. Not really editing videos, that's zombie, but when I'm like editing, like how I want to go about like the scripts and everything like that, like it's just kind of there. It's a fun one. So I definitely want to throw that out there as the recommendation this week. I think you guys will find it quite enjoyable if you've liked some of the past recommendations. Now, something else that I want to kind of toss out into the ether as well is if you haven't had the opportunity to go and do like a concert or something like that, be that a music festival or anything like that, definitely take time at some point to make it like a mission to go and do that. And I'm not talking about like a high school recital or something like that. You know, I'm talking like if you have a favorite band and you get that marketing email or whatever it is that they're going to be playing in your town, take the opportunity. Like, even if the seats aren't that great, still going and seeing your favorite band is absolutely amazing. Now, bonus points if the music that you enjoy listening to is a little bit more on the indie scene and they're not like big mainstream pop artists and stuff like that. And reason for that is because they're going to be playing at a smaller venue, which means it's going to be a lot more intimate and you can have a really great experience. I just recently actually, and you're probably all wondering why, where is this coming from, Rev? Like, what are you saying? Go to a concert. I actually just recently went to a concert not too long ago, and it was a great time. You know, especially in the world that it is today with post-COVID and all these other kind of things like that, being able to get back out there and just feeling the vibe of a audience who is there for the music. Much smaller band, and I believe I've recommended them before, but I'm not going to bring them up this week. I don't want to muddle the waters with the song recommendations, but it was really nice to see the crowd just be so engaged. Like, if a phone was out, it was out for like 10 seconds for a quick snap, and then it was gone. Everyone was there, everyone's jumping around, dancing, singing, the band's into it. It was a really good time. And so, like, not saying you won't get that particular experience going to, like, you know, a larger pop stars concert, but like there's a lot of video recording that happens in these things. And so like going to an indie show, oh, so good. But it also reminds me of a time when I was up on stage and I was playing in front of crowds and everything like that. And it's so good. So huge urge to just say, if you have the opportunity, you get that email, you have a friend, a family, or maybe you go out of your way to research when your favorite band is coming to a city near you, take that opportunity, you know. And that doesn't have to just be rock music. It doesn't have to be R&B or jazz. It can be techno, EDM, raves. And there's so many different ways to experience this, you know, from VR chat with the raves and stuff like that go on there and music situations. There's listening parties all over the place. It's being around people who enjoy roughly the same type of music that you do is so electrifying. And it's an experience I urge everyone to try and live at least once. So all in all, huge thing. So not only do I want to leave you guys with that song recommendation, and I want to kind of urge you into just getting into music, not just from a, you know, listening and bobbing your head and stuff like that, but, you know, if you have that opportunity, go support the band, see them live, and just see how much, like, how energetic it is compared to just listening. And then that experience goes from there in the venue to every time you hear those songs, you're gonna think back to that. Now, in some cases, there might be things like a mosh pit and everything like that, but, you know, we're gonna we'll talk about mosh pit etiquette in maybe a future video. But all in all, concerts are fun, and we talk about a lot of music here on the channel, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I love giving recommendations to you guys. I love the recommendations that come to me. They're awesome. But the music scene itself is a pretty cool spot, and there's so much music that comes out every single day that there's always something new. So all in all, I'm thinking we're gonna be wrapping up the time lapse here soon-ish, and in doing so, we're going to be wrapping up the series here soon as well, and I know I'll talk about this here in a bit with what's coming in episode 10, as well as like future plans and stuff like that. But I enjoy you guys hanging out. I really enjoy all the support. I mentioned it before in some community posts, and for anyone who may be watching this in the future, but this is a big milestone as well. We hit 500 subscribers. I have to. We need to address the elephant in the room that you all are just fantastic. You are wonderful people. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the comments, the likes, the song recommendations. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. My goal was to hit 500 by the end of the year. We hit it halfway through November with weeks to spare, and it really does mean a lot. Not only to me, I know The editor, hi editor, how you doing? Also takes a lot of pride in their work, and it means a lot to them as well. So from everyone over here at the Rev Arco Industries and Team Rev Arco, myself, the editor and stuff like that, I just want to say thank you all for continuing to support us. We're going to be going into the rest of the year doing more things, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time. So thank you guys so much. This is going to be Future Rev signing off for this time-lapse episode. Hope you guys have a lovely day, and let's get back to the end of the episode. And we are back, everybody. Oh, well, you know, hey. I'm going to make some weird noises with the microphone arm as I move it around just to get a better position. But we are back. Hope you guys like that time-lapse. It wasn't the complete time-lapse, as you could probably see, and as I most likely mentioned in the time-lapse audio future me, past me. I can't keep track of the timelines anymore. They're all getting all over the place. Anyways, yeah, we had done everything that is in our current colony is level 5. Okay, that is a lie. There are 2 things that are still being worked on that are not level 5 yet, and that is the town hall, and that's simply because I have yet to finish doing everything in the Twilight Forest, and I need like the heads and all that kind of fun stuff, so working on that. And up in the combat district, way up yonder, there is a barracks being finished up as well. So that's been slow going. Aside from that, we've been fixing a couple issues with the mine, because that kind of broke at one point. And I've also started plotting out things for the farming and the rest of the district. So it's pretty exciting. But man, look at all this. Look. Ooh, just so, ooh. You keep doing your thing. You just keep going. Ooh. The university, fully leveled up. I really like this design. The little just sea lanterns floating with an iron lantern underneath of it. Really like that. Huge fan of it. Need to go and do that for a couple more places around, just to kind of keep that vibe going. But we did get up to level 5 here. We got to keep doing some research. We've done quite a bit. I think one of my favorite parts about this entire build, though, is this little spot back here. It's so quaint and nice. People just don't know how to use actual doors and stuff. I mean, I was about to do the same thing, but come on. Anyway, so what are the plans for the next and final episode of the Fairy Tale Mine Colony? Well, a few things. We're going to get the rest of the buildings in that we don't already have. So that's going to be the rest of the farming stuff over there, the military district and everything like that's going to get fully fleshed out. I have plans for bridges as well as pathing everywhere. And then on top of that, something I've been doing as well as I've been putting little like hideaways, passages and stuff like that through the mountains and whatnot. So I'm going to be fleshing these out, making them look a little bit more like natural, maybe put like a waterfall or something like that. And fleshing everything out here just to make it a little bit easier to maneuver around the entirety of the colony. Yeah, so we're doing that. We're gonna come up this way just to get a better view of everything. I'm gonna be putting in proper stairs here just to make this a little bit, easier to get up. Yeah, because we have these barracks and stuff like that going out over here. I'm going to be fleshing this out. We're going to be putting more trees in everywhere just to kind of continue that vibe. I really like this. This is really nice. I want to get like a tree and some other canopy type things as well, just to make it feel a little bit more Twilight Foresty without being in the Twilight Forest. Always a fan of that. Love what they do with these things. But yeah, so the colony we've come pretty far, guys. We've been coming pretty far. So I'm excited to get more trees down, really do some things. I'm excited to start doing some terraforming. That's going to be a lot of what happens in the next episode. All that over there that we're looking at right now, that's going to be all farming. There might be a couple farms over here as well. We have more industrial stuff that needs to go back over there next to the blacksmith and everything like that, with all the paths. All the pathing just everywhere needs to be updated away from some of the more like wood and planks and dirt path and stuff like that. So we got to update all that. I think the bridges are going to stay wood though. I think. I have a couple designs in mind, and I got to make sure the palettes actually work pretty well. But gonna do that. This is gonna get all like up to snuff, and then the final time lapse y'all are gonna see for the Minecolonies is going to be the town hall being updated to level 5. So I think that's gonna be pretty exciting. So as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's episode. I hope you're having a lovely Monday. I hope you listen to some good music, eat some good breakfast, make some new friends, just all the way around, just have a good time. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoy the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you like. I enjoy it all. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.